What is up, guys? My name is Lex. We are here at the Wynn in Las Vegas. You can see behind me. We're here for our very last session on this trip. Yesterday, I played on Hustler Casino Live, the last video you guys watched, winning $21,000 at the 10-20-40 game. I've had an insane trip while I've been here. I won $18,000 here a couple days ago, went to LA, won $21,000, back here today, my very last day. We're gonna be playing some 5-10 no limit today. Let's see if we can keep this sun run going. Maybe another big $5,000, $10,000 day. We will see. Let's go. A new thing that they have started here at the Wynn is that the 5-10 is capped at $3,000 and the 10-20 plus is uncapped. I like this new strategy. It allows some levels to the games. Let's get into the first hand. Queen Jack offsuit, $20 straddles on. There's a call. I raise to $100. Next to act calls, straddle calls $100, and the limper calls $100. We go four ways to a queen high board. Action checks to me. I bet $180. And the straddle and under the gun +1 make the call. Once I get two calls on this pretty dry board, I feel like it is possible I could be up against a better queen. I'm definitely playing against some passive players who could have king queen, ace queen, turn card's a 9, and if the action checks to me, I'm going to be checking this one back for pot control. But once the straddle checks, under the gun +1 now leads out for $300. Can't really do anything but call here in this situation. Folding would be way too tight. Raising would be an overplay, so I put in 3 black chips for a call. Back over here to under the gun, who thinks for a little bit of time and bumps it up to $1,000. This is one of the strongest lines you can see in poker. Bet 300, call 300, raise to 1,000 out of position. I would probably bet almost my entire net worth that this guy's never bluffing in this situation. Think we're always beat here by 2 pair or a set. So when under the gun +1 folds, I fold fairly quickly as well. And we do see that we were up against pocket 5s for a set on the flop. Completely crushed. Losing a little bit here on our first hand. This vlog starts off a little bit slow, but make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end. It definitely gets fun. In this hand, I've got ace king. Early position raises to 60. Later position player 3 bets to 200. I cold 4 bet to $600, and they both fold. Exactly 1 orbit later, same early position player raises to 60, under the gun +1 calls, and I peel back queens in the small blind. A hand you definitely want to be re-raising with. Get value with these big pocket pairs. I bump it to $300. Early position player calls, and under the gun +1 folds. When he calls here and doesn't 4-bet, don't put him on aces, kings, or ace king. Think he's mostly going to have middling pocket pairs, suited broadways, and suited aces. So when we go heads up here to the flop of 10-7-3 with 2 clubs, feel pretty safe. It definitely is possible he could have pocket 10s or pocket 7s. Think it's definitely possible he could have some flush draws, pocket jacks, ace 10, queen 10 suited, jack 10 suited. I bet out $360. He folds, and we win another small pot. I'm in the $20 straddle in this hand. Early position raises to 50. There's 4 callers, and I complete for $30 more with a beautiful 4-deuce offsuit. Probably a losing play, but hey, I'm still in the mindset of Hustler Casino Live, playing a bunch of hands. Flop comes out ace king 3, so I do flop a gut shot. The action checks all the way around. Turn card's an 8, and after the flop goes check, check, check all the way around, don't feel like anyone's going to have anything here. Feel like I can maybe stab, get people to fold out smaller pocket pairs. Obviously hands that are beating ours. Maybe even someone will fold a king X hand, I make it $110. Early position raiser makes the call, and then everyone else folds. Probably going to shut this one down unless we hit the river, and we do with the 5 of spades. Making a straight with the 4-deuce offsuit. That is why you call $30 more with this hand. I was going to maybe bluff here on the river, but now I don't have to. What sizing should I go? Given the fact that he just check called on the turn, don't feel like he's going to have too strong of a hand. Probably a 1-pair hand. Probably should go thin here for value and bet small. But for some reason, I decided to go big and make it $700. I think my thought process at the time was that if he has a misdraw like Queen 10 or Queen Jack or something like that, he's obviously not going to be calling any bet. If he has a king, he's probably not calling any bet. So I'm just going to be targeting those weaker Ace X hands that he checked for pot control on the flop. Still feel like this is probably too big of a bet. Should have just went smaller, something like $200, trying to get paid by a wider range of hands. But I go big, polarized sizing. Doesn't work though. My opponent lets go of his cards. We take down a decent pot and decide this is not the game we really want to be playing. I got moved over to the main game. There was zero action there. Played for about an hour. I'm not going to sit in a bad game out here in Vegas. So I decide to do something new and head to a new casino for this vlog, the Orleans Casino off the Strip, to play some low limit poker. Now, I didn't just randomly pick this off-strip poker room to come play at. Actually, my dad is in town visiting me while I'm on this trip. He's playing some 1-2 no limit, so I get a seat next to him, buy him for $300, and we get into some big pots right off the bat. When I arrived to the poker room, there was actually no seat open, so I pulled up a chair and sat behind my dad, and while I was sitting there watching, I noticed seat number 1 was a massive action player. He was playing basically every single hand, drinking, bluffing, betting big, and when we sit down, I end up playing a huge pot with him my very first hand. I raised to $15 and under the gun +1, under the gun +2 calls $15 before the action player re-raises me to $30. As you can see in front of me, I decide to put in a 4th bet pre-flop. I make it $90. Now, you guys don't know what I have, and I'm going to keep that a secret for now. Think it'll be pretty fun. You can guess along with everyone else at the table. I 4-bet to 90, under the gun +2 calls 90, and the button calls 90. 3 ways, 4-bet pot to Jack 7-4 rainbow. What do you guys think? Did we connect with this board? 4-bet pot. At a position I decided to check, under the gun +2 checks, and now the crazy action button player says, well, I guess I am all in. He goes all in for over $200, back over to me, and I snap call his bet. When I put in the chips, under the gun +2 snap calls as well. Just like that, we are playing an $800+ pot, our very first hand here at the Orleans.
No.
Oh, man. All right, I'm gonna show you guys one.
Oh, hell no. No.
Spread it, Dad. Spread it.
No. Oh my God. Full house, first hand, triples up. Ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous. First hand. Holy crap. Wait. Ace? Yeah, full. Tell me I have hearts? Oh my God. Crazy. I thought you were just playing around. I literally thought you were playing.
What do you mean playing around?
I thought you were just goofing around.
Oh, he's got ace king of hearts.
No hearts there. It's all diamond.
Man, I really forgot what low limit late night poker was like. This is hilarious. All these guys at this table are talking, laughing, making jokes. This game is very fun. My dad is commentating over every single hand I play. Nice first hand there, taking down a huge profit. Button actually had ace king of hearts. Pretty sick setup there. Next hand, my dad raises to $15 under the gun. I've got 10-9 suited and make the call. Big blind makes the call, and we go 3 ways to the flop. 9 deuce deuce, 2 diamonds, big blind checks. My dad checks, and I bet out $15 here with my top pair. Big blind folds, and my dad is definitely on the tighter side pre-flop, especially from early position. Don't think he's going to be calling this bet, but he does decide to check call $15. Turn card 4 diamonds. My brain is still on the Hustler Casino live game where I was betting much bigger than this. I think I'm going to continue to bet on this diamond turn. Think he can still call me with worse hands, so I make it $20. Once my dad check calls this $20 bet, not going to be putting any more money in this pot. Feel like he could be trapping with an overpair or a flush, so when the river's a 5 of clubs, he checks and I check back.
Damn! What a son of a
Why are you calling me with ace
And he's on the
queen?
phone, like Facebook.
sounded like you're so sure you
He's
were
like,
good
look at these
with
suckers
ace
in
high.
Vegas.
Why'd you call me with ace high? We gotta talk
He
about
was
that.
so sure he was good. He was
Walk
so
home,
sure.
motherfuckers.
We gotta
Good
talk
job,
There's
about
no
that.
way I'm not good here.
Where you guys from? Where you from, buddy?
Florida.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know.
What about you?
I'm from here.
Okay. After that horrendous, terrible, bad beat that I put on my dad, we have over an $800 stack, $500 profit early on here. In this hand, I straddled a $5 on the button. There is a middle position player who races to 15. I have pocket 8s and 3-bet to 40. Small blind calls 40, and middle position player who raised calls 40 as well. 3 ways to 10, 5, 6, 2 diamonds. Action goes check, check, check all the way around. Turn card ace, check, check, check all the way around again. River card ace, small blind bets out $80, middle position player folds. I don't know, it's kind of close here. It's hard to make a pair, so I hero called pocket 8s, and we win against king queen.
Nice.
DJ for 816 11.
That was a good bluff. Almost. Thank you. Some late night run good my last night in Vegas. I straddled a $5, 2 calls. Small blind raises to 30. I peel back ace king suited. Man, it's like it's not even fair. I'm just getting smacked with the deck at this table. Obviously a 3-bet spot here. Small blind started the hand with around $300. Definitely want to be bumping this one up. A lot of dead money in the middle, so I make it $100. Back over here to the small blind, who makes the call. So we're going heads up here in position to Jack 7, 8, 1 heart. Completely missing on this board. I feel like my options are to check or to bet small. So naturally, I decide to go all in.
All in. All in. All right, cool. Okay. Overpair.
Overpaired, shit.
Overpair. Shit.
I got out.
Let me know if you get there.
Of course overpair.
Nope.
Of course.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
That's it?
I would have gone all in anyway. Wow, aces versus ace king suited. The hand basically plays itself. I lose a little over $300 in this hand. Over the next 20 minutes, I misplay some hands. Probably play a little bit too loose and lose back another $200 or $250. It's getting late. I'm tired. I had some fun with my dad and the rest of the table mates here. Got to fly back to Florida the next day. Let's get some sleep. So I end up racking up my chips, heading to the cage, and cashing out for the night. All right, guys, that is it for this one. Before we end this video, though, I have a little bit of a story for you guys. It has to do with the location that we're at right now, the Orleans Casino. So let's rewind all the way back to 2014, before I moved to Florida, before I started playing poker, before I did any of this stuff, made a poker vlog. 2014, I was in college at West Virginia University. I was 21 years old, and I was competing in CrossFit competitions, trying to become a CrossFit Games athlete. My goal was to make it to the CrossFit Games, get sponsorships, make money off the sport, and not have to get a real job. That was what I wanted to do at 21 years old. So I was training every single day. And in the summer of 2014, some CrossFit people tried to create a new sport, which was called the National Pro Fitness League. It was a brand new sport, and basically what it is it's teams racing against each other in relay races.
And just some really cool things happening in this sport as it continues to grow. I think this sport is really going to take the world by storm.
So in order to get teams for this very first year, they had to make a combine. They had to basically say, hey, anyone out here who wants to compete in this new sport, come to these combines, show us what you got. So of course I wanted to do it, so I went up to Boston and I did a combine where I did like front squats, handstand push-ups, pull-ups, backflips, handstand walk. And I ended up getting invited to the final combine, which was out here in Las Vegas. So 2014, I fly out here with my family. I do the final combine to try to get into this very new sport that has a lot of potential. This new sport potentially could bring in some money. This could be something that I could do that potentially could, be a part-time job or a full-time job. It was definitely a dream that I wanted to do. So I get invited to the final combine. It's out here at the Orleans Arena, which is like right next door. We fly in, I compete the first day, I do really well, I make it to the second day, and in between the first and the second day, my dad, who I've already kind of discussed before, plays poker. He told me, hey, let's go down to the poker room. We're staying at the hotel and I'll give you $100. So I go down there, we're playing cash games. I get $100 and I end up winning like, I think $120. So I went from 100 to 220. I go to dinner, we hang out a little bit. I go back to the poker room at night and I go from 220 all the way up to $450. So I'm like, damn, I'm doing pretty good. So I give my dad back the $100. Now I have $350. So I have $350 worth of profit. The next day, I compete again in the combine, and I ended up getting a spot on a team called the Boston Iron. Super exciting. I was kind of celebrating a little bit, and in order to continue to celebrate, I decided, hey, let's go play poker again. So my second time, I got $350. I go back down, and I run the $350 all the way up to $600. So now I'm profiting $600. I don't even know how to play poker really. I'm just getting lucky. I'm winning hands. I'm stacking people. I'm making big pots and making big hands. So I got $600 worth of profit. We're leaving the very next day. I wake up early, the day of our flight. Our flight was probably at like 8 o'clock. I come down to the poker room. I tell my dad, hey, I'm playing again. You want to come down? He comes down. We're playing. I got $600. Slowly kind of losing throughout the day. Losing. I get down to a $200 stack. I added on another 100. I lose again. I added on another 100. Eventually, I'm in the game for all $600, and I've got like $350 left in my stack. So I still have a pretty big profit. A hand comes up where I don't know the exact hand history, but all my money's on the table. I'm in for 600. I got $350 in my stack. I remember I had 2 pair. I checked, guy bet, I raised, he went all in. I snap called with 2 pair, and he goes, sorry man, I got a straight. River comes out, I don't make a full house, and just like that, I lose all the profit that I had the entire week. I was all the way up to $600. I went all the way down to 0. I left the trip, didn't play poker for another 4 years after that. But now, 2023, I was playing 5-10 at the Wynn. I came over here to play some poker with my dad. I got a huge double up or triple up the very first hand with pocket jacks. Lost a big one there with ace king to aces, but I still ended up profiting $107 on the day. So it just feels funny. We're back here at the Orleans in Vegas. 9 years ago, I played poker here with my dad. 9 years later, I'm playing poker again with him. It was a fun session. I'm exhausted though, I'm tired. I've been gone all week. I'm ready to go home, see my dog again, get back to my house, make some more Florida videos, and yeah, it should be fun. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this little story time, and until next time, I'll see ya.